Live, local, late breaking. This is 4029 News Sunrise.
This morning on Sunrise, Arkansas seeing its biggest jump in coronavirus cases in more than 3 months. How COVID-19 is impacting a neighboring state. A local murder trial continues this morning. We'll hear from the victim's father. Plus, the Rodeo of the Ozarks gets back in the saddle tonight. How organizers plan to celebrate a special group of heroes. And a good morning to you. I'm Paul Petit. Una, she is off when we turn to weather. Let's talk to Laura Huckabee. Got the rodeo going on tonight. Big night for folks there in the Springdale area after a beautiful day yesterday. Laura, what will we be seeing for our Wednesday?
More sunshine, just like we saw before. A few extra clouds. Temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer, and we'll start to transition into some hotter, more typical summertime temperatures as we inch into Thursday. Today's sort of the in-between day as we get a live picture coming to us from Fort Smith. A little bit on the breezy side right now. Sun coming up in about 30 minutes. Temperatures are 3 degrees warmer than yesterday morning. All is fair in northwest Arkansas. Pretty quiet through Fayetteville and also through Rogers. A few more cars hitting the streets this morning. Right now, temperatures a lot of 60s out there. Fayetteville, one of the cooler spots, however, slipping to 57. We've got a handful of 50s out there. Looks like Clarksville's one. Paris is at 58, and Poto, how about that, at 59 degrees. Quiet for us, at least for right now. We're going to see a few high clouds later. Much of the nation looking at drier weather, which is kind of nice. A lot of the country was seeing scattered showers and storms yesterday. A lot of that's pushed off as Claudette is kind of up and out of here. Making plans for the rest of the day. You got the sunshine, you got the warmer temperatures. In northwest Arkansas, the lunchtime temperature will be in the upper 70s, and the high today will top out at 85. We'll probably hit that about 5 o'clock this afternoon with sunshine and a few high clouds. And if you're in the River Valley, expect it to be a little more breezy today. Your lunchtime temperature climbs to 81, and later this afternoon, your high will top out at 89.
All right, sounds good, Laura. Thanks so much. Time now 5:31. Now to the COVID-19 impact. Local doctors say they're concerned that a surge of coronavirus cases in southern Missouri will spread to northwest Arkansas. Washington Regional Chief Medical Officer Dr. David Ratcliffe says the new Delta variant is partially to blame.
The virus strain that we initially saw had an R0 of around 2.5. So every individual that got infected was infecting 2 to 3 other people. This one is infecting 5 to 8 people. So you can see it's significantly more infectious.
And now, if you're vaccinated, you should be protected. Dr. Ratcliffe says the vaccine is effective against the Delta variant. Right now, no county in our area has reached 40% of the population vaccinated. Benton County has more than 38% of residents 12 and up fully vaccinated. Washington County and Franklin are also close behind. Sebastian, Crawford, Madison, and Johnson County are still under the 30% mark. Arkansas saw its biggest jump in new cases since March on Wednesday. The Arkansas Department of Health reporting 485 new COVID-19 cases. Active cases rose by more than 250. Total now at more than 2,500 COVID patients in Arkansas. Now, in its latest update, the ADH says that 8 more people died of COVID-related causes yesterday. Coronavirus hospitalizations in the Natural State are up by 4. Total now at 285 statewide. 5:33, the Walmart app now back to full capacity. Its summer concert series starts this Friday night with Chicago. Spokesperson says if you're fully vaccinated, well, you'll not required to wear a mask, but if you're not, you're encouraged to wear one indoors or socially distance.
You can no longer bring in stadium chairs. You can still bring in small blankets. What we're doing instead is you can rent a stadium chair for $10. You can add it on when you purchase your ticket, or you can just add that on when you get to the show.
You're also required to bring your things in a plastic or see-through bag. Summer concert series expected to run through October. Time 5:33, kicking off today the 76th annual Rodeo of the Ozarks. 4020 has Lydia Fielder. She is live for us in Parsons Stadium with all the details. That dust kicking up again there, Lydia.
Oh yeah, Paul, competitors will get back in the saddle tonight here at Parsons Stadium. Take a look at this video from 2019's rodeo performances. This year there will be trick riders, roping, barrel racing, name it. New this year, bull riding. Bull riding itself is not new, but they'll have it now both at the start and end of each night. And tonight is Frontlines night.
We're going to celebrate all of those folks out on the front lines during the pandemic. We're going to ask them, we're going to salute them, ask them to stand, and there's going to be a patriotic opening that's just going to give you chill bumps if you're in the stands.
Now, tomorrow night is Pink Night, honoring those fighting against or those we've lost to breast cancer. And the show starts at 7:30 each night. Pre-show starts at 6:30. You can buy tickets on the link on our website, 4029tv.com. Live in Springdale this morning, I'm Lydia Fielder, 4029 News.
Pink Night. Very good. Thanks so much, Lydia. All right, a quick look at Get Ready traffic updates. Sun slowly trying to come up. Live look right now, I-49 near Garland. That's in Fayetteville, of course. 4029's Laura Huckabee here, tracking the maps for you as well.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Not too much longer till the sun comes up. Traffic's moving very smoothly. Sort of a different perspective right here, a little farther northward. Little exchange right there. 49's looking great this morning. We haven't had any issues all morning. East and west on 412 are problem-free as well. If you're going to be heading east or west on I-40, no issues in the River Valley, at least for right now, and 540 is looking pretty good.
All right, sounds good, Laura. Thanks so much. Well, the man accused of shooting Prairie Grove officer Tyler Franks due in court today. Nicholas Colbert faces several charges, including attempted capital murder and aggravated assault. He's now being held in the Washington County Jail. The bond set at $1 million. Happening now, we're taking a live look right now. This is Crawford County Courthouse. The murder trial of Jordan Shreve continues this morning in Judge Medlock's courtroom. Now, Shreve is accused of killing 2-year-old Olivia Soto. Back in 2018, Olivia was found dead in her stepdad's home. Van Buren police say Shreve and his wife told officers they may have fallen out of her crib. The medical examiner said it was a head trauma. We talked to Olivia's father outside the courtroom yesterday.
The battle is just starting, you know, but right now I'm just trying to keep my cool, and I hope I keep it cool. His father is here to watch justice for his daughter for what he did 3 years ago.
Jury selection began yesterday. Trial set to resume at 8:30 this morning. Well, the Fayetteville Fire Department is hiring. The department held a training session yesterday. Fire officials say training typically lasts 6 months. It's a pretty long process where recruits can expect to learn different things like water rescue, rappelling, and responding to medical calls.
So what you guys see here today is us going in and simulating a house being on fire. So the first day, if you were to be hired as a firefighter or you're in training, you don't go into a house fire the first day. You got to learn the basics.
Got to learn the basics. Now, if you'd like to join the fire department and learn the basics, well, we're taking applications until July 2nd.
The sentencing disparity is unfair.
Governor Hutchinson testifying on Capitol Hill, how his experience in law enforcement plays into a push for criminal justice reform. Plus, narcotics agents say crime is moving into Oklahoma, why drug organizations are attracted to the Sooner State. And tonight at 8, it is the $100,000 pyramid. Then it is Card Sharks. And at 10, stay tuned for 4029 News. Welcome back to Sunrise. Time is 5:40. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson testifying before the Senate Judiciary Committee. The focus, the racial disparity seen in the sentencing of people convicted for crack versus powdered cocaine. Yesterday, the governor was called on by senators multiple times for his experience in the matter.
Governor Hutchinson, you have seen this war on drugs from so many angles. I can't think of a person who has the kind of experience you do. U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Arkansas, member of the House, Administrator of the Drug Enforcement Administration, Undersecretary for Border and Transportation Security, and now Governor of Arkansas.
Governor Hutchinson says he has seen people sentenced unfairly in relation to drug possession charges multiple times. The hearing is related to a proposed measure called the Equal Act. According to the Justice Department, it's a bipartisan bill that would counteract a drug policy from the 80s that has imprisoned thousands of people of color for crack-related offenses.
And it really wasn't until I got to Congress that, working with some of my colleagues on the Judiciary Committee, that I saw how the application of those the disparate sentencing laws impacted our community and the respect for our law. And so
are you referring to the 100-to-1 sentencing disparity?
Yes, I'm referring to the 100-to-1 sentencing disparity was unconscionable in my view. It was not based upon good science. It ought to be changed because it was unfair.
Now, the 100-to-1 quantity ratio you just heard about refers to how people are sentenced for crack cocaine versus powdered cocaine. Now, the 1986 Act, it takes 100 times as much powdered cocaine as crack cocaine to trigger the same mandatory penalties. Now, crack cocaine is also less expensive than powdered cocaine. It can often mean those from lower income brackets get punished more. Now, data from the DOJ says in the fiscal year 2019, African Americans accounted for 81% of federal crack cocaine convictions, and in 2020, they accounted for nearly 77%. Well, narcotics agents say every single county in Oklahoma has a drug problem. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Narcotics has made thousands of busts in the past few months. Their most recent one involved meth, where 18 people were arrested.
We've got several organizations, criminal organizations, that have come to Oklahoma in the last several months.
They say it's partially because drug organizations are attracted to the cheap land and loose marijuana laws in Oklahoma. Time 5:43, the sentencing of Derek Chauvin set for Friday, and the Minnesota Attorney General is calling upon the nation to submit how George Floyd's death impacted them. Where you can share your story. Plus,
it is a solution in search of a problem.
Republicans sink an effort to reform the nation's elections. What Democrats plan moving forward. All right, check this out. A new employee benefit could include a free Peloton membership. Yeah, and now the app usually costs $12.99 a month, but Peloton's introducing a corporate program that offers it for free for employees of participating companies. The deal also comes with discounts on Peloton hardware, including their bikes. So pedal away, and if you did it yesterday, you nailed the weather. A good day for biking. That humidity made for any exercise outside. Laura, A-OK.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to go for a run yesterday. I thought, oh, I'll be able to go a little bit farther. But, I went probably too late in the day because it was still a little bit warm to me. Yeah, the humidity was lower, which was nice. I mean, that's always a treat. But I think the real benefit yesterday was early in the morning when we didn't have all that humidity out there. We're going to take a look at a live picture right now that's coming to us from the River Valley. Beautiful sunshine on the flag as it nicely picks up a little bit of a breeze this morning. Today is going to be a breezier day. In northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, both temperatures are a little bit warmer this morning, and then tomorrow morning they're going to be much warmer. This picture coming to us from Fayetteville right now. So the numbers, a couple of 50s out there, not as many as yesterday. I think everybody was able to slip into the 50s yesterday, but I didn't see any records yesterday morning. Some folks were close, but no new records were set. Numbers are going to start inching up there for northwest Arkansas and also for the River Valley. Now, right now it's pretty quiet where we are, but what I'm going to do is show you the next weather maker. And it's back to the north and west. It's this cold front. So we're advancing you in time. We're moving you to Thursday. And so today and tomorrow, both are going to be pretty warm days, both sunny to partly cloudy. But as we start to move through our Thursday forecast and into Friday, this frontal system is going to start inching closer. And as it does, it will cool us down a smidge, not like the one we had the other day, but more so than that, it'll bring us a chance of showers or likely even a couple of thunderstorms. Now, the nice thing is we can always use a little water here and there, but when we do get those showers, it will cool the temperatures back down a bit. So the numbers are building today, tomorrow, and Friday, but as this cold front moves in over the weekend, it'll bring us that chance of showers and storms, and it will cool us down just a touch with that extra water and the extra clouds.
All right, Laura, we'll be ready. Thanks so much. Time 5:47. The grandmother of an 11-year-old boy who was injured in Branson, Missouri, says doctors might not be able to save his legs. Londo Perry was trapped underneath the Branson coaster Sunday night. According to his grandmother, he fell off the coaster as he was trying to get off. She adds that he is visually impaired as well. Now, his grandmother says Perry's legs and one arm were crushed. He was airlifted to a hospital in Springfield. The Missouri Division of Fire Safety is now investigating. In Rogers, a high school student is in a coma after an accident on his skateboard. Rogers police say Colin Matthews was riding while holding onto a moving Jeep Friday. They say he was going about 15 miles an hour when he fell and hit his head on the concrete. Colin's friends say that he's an unbelievable tennis player and they've never seen him lose a match.
Definitely heartbreaking news. I mean, he's such a good kid and it is a pretty severe injury, so I'm just praying that a miracle happens and we can see him back out here just at least to watch or play just get to see him out here again.
Prayers going out, no doubt. The family is asking for continued prayers for Colin and his recovery. Minnesota Attorney General is asking the public to share how George Floyd's murder impacted them. Now, this comes ahead of Derek Chauvin's sentencing on Friday. A jury found him guilty of murdering Floyd 2 months ago. The Attorney General is asking for people affected by the crime to submit an impact statement. Now, you don't have to live in Minnesota to be able to do this.
I would imagine the judge would consider it in terms of how much greater the sentence should be on Mr. Chauvin. State law under 611A of our statutes does allow to have community impact statements, but it says nothing about whether the entire state or nation can come.
Now, the judge could sentence Chauvin to up to 40 years in prison. The prosecution asking for 30 years. The defense is seeking probation. A partial agreement after a push to delay Josh Duggar's child porn trial. Duggar's attorney requested to move the trial to February of next year. Government says it's not opposed to moving it back a few months, but it does not want it to go into the next year. The former 19 Kids and Counting star is scheduled to appear in court July 6th unless a judge signs off on changes to the trial's timeline. Well, today, President Biden plans to meet with top aides to address the recent surge in gun violence. Part of his plan is to have the DOJ deploy strike forces to crack down on illegal gun sales in 5 cities where gun-related crimes are high.
There are major cities across the country where gun violence is absolutely the driver, where it is absolutely increasing.
President Biden is also expected to promote community policing. He wants to focus on building better relationships between police officers and the communities they serve. And now on to the battle for voting rights. The Senate voted to strike down the Democrats' sweeping election reform bill. All 50 Democrat senators voted for the bill, only to be met by a no vote from every single Republican. ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Washington now with the latest.
The clerk will call the roll.
Overnight, Vice President Kamala Harris presiding over the sweeping voting rights bill. The legislation would make Election Day a federal holiday, require 15 days of early voting, and limit partisan gerrymandering. All 50 Democrats supporting the bill, including West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, who met with President Biden privately before the vote.
We had a nice conversation. President's message are very, very confidential.
Manchin siding with Democrats after offering a narrower scope to the bill, which would put in place automatic voter registration and reform campaign finance laws, among other measures. Democrats pushing the bill forward, arguing it's needed to maintain democracy after a wave of new restrictive voting laws were passed in 15 Republican-led states. The moment met by a wave of Republican opposition.
It is a solution in search of a problem.
All 50 GOP senators voting against the bill, ending its chance of moving forward in the chamber.
The American people don't want to see the things imposed on our election system that are in this bill.
Moving forward, Democrats declaring the fight will continue.
This voter suppression cannot stand, and we are going to work tirelessly to see that it does not stand.
President Joe Biden releasing a statement following the vote, saying the fight is far from over, going on to say, "I've been engaged in this work my whole career, and we're going to be ramping up our efforts to overcome again." A sentiment echoed by the vice president.
This is about the American people's right to vote, unfettered.
The fight now moves to the filibuster. Although Senators Manchin and Sinema are against ending it, there are fresh talks about either changing or setting aside the filibuster specifically for this effort. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Ike, thank you. Now to our Commitment 2022 election coverage. Throughout this week, we'll be taking a look at candidates vying to become Arkansas's Attorney General. Right now, Jesse Gibson is the only Democrat running to be the state's next Attorney General. He says if elected, he wants to take the fight against scammers to the next level.
I would like to see that division beefed up even more than it is, to find a mechanism, even working with the federal government, to see if there are ways to go beyond borders to find out where these people are.
Gibson is one of 3 candidates running for Arkansas AG. Republicans Leon Jones Jr. and Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin are also in that race. Over to Texas, there is now a petition calling for an independent investigation into what went wrong during February's winter storm. The Texas governor says all problems with ERCOT power are resolved, but many remain skeptical.
They owe us some answers, you know. They brushed us aside.
and it could very well happen again.
Our governor was out immediately saying, oh, this is all the Green New Deal's fault. All the Democrats were out immediately saying, oh, this is because we're so reliant on fossil fuels. Well, anybody with an IQ over 100 could see that neither one of those narratives was right. It was far more complicated and nuanced than that.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick also called for more answers other than the legislative hearings in Austin. The Northwest Arkansas National Airport adding a new direct route to Las Vegas. It's with Frontier Airlines. An XNA spokesperson says it's a testament to how much the airport has grown.
We're growing. We're obviously by 2045, we're supposed to double in size, so it is necessary too for our region.
And ready for Vegas. Well, now American Airlines is reporting a staffing shortage. We asked English about that, and she says she expects XNA to stay on top of it. She advises travelers to always check their flight status before heading out, just in case. Well, NWA Equality is hosting several Pride events this week. The NWA Trans March happening in Fayetteville tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Protesters, I should say, will rally for the rights of transgenders and gender nonconforming Arkansans. Fayetteville also hosts the 17th annual NWA Pride Parade Saturday at noon. The parade will be live streamed on NWA Equality's Facebook page. Social distancing requirements and safety restrictions will be in place. Well, check it out. The AMP just announcing a big celebrity coming to play this season. Mr. Worldwide, a.k.a. Pitbull, will take over the stage on September 8th. It's for his I Feel Good tour. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. this Friday, June 25th. Pitbull coming to the AMP. There we go. We're looking forward to concert weather, no doubt about that. We got Chicago coming big, actually opens the season Friday evening. But right now we're talking about today's weather, and we got some things going on tonight. We got a baseball game and then the rodeo as well, Laura.
What's your favorite Chicago song?
Only the Beginning.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it goes back a few years, but it's
I like 25 or 64.
25 or 64. Da-na-na-na-na. Yeah. Classic guitar.
We're trying to get
riff
revved
right
up here and trying to stay awake this morning. I tell you what, they're like, get to the weather, please. We've got plenty of sunshine for our Wednesday forecast. Things are looking pretty good. But earlier we were looking at this national map because our next weather maker, if you look right in the middle and up to the top, see that low and that trailing cold front? That's going to start inching our way. That's going to be a little while before it gets here, but when it does, that'll be our next chance of showers and storms. Now today, no rain. Tomorrow, probably not either. Thursday and Friday are going to be the hottest days of this extended forecast, so get ready. Not only heat, but also humidity, so it'll start feeling really sticky. Those heat index values moving into the triple digits, yeah. Again, not today. It starts tomorrow and Friday, but we'll start queuing in scattered showers and storms for the weekend. Likely the best opportunity to see that is going to be on Saturday as that front really starts to kind of inch our way. When the rain showers or the chances of rain go up with all the clouds in the water, the temperatures will come down a smidge. But the wet weather should be moving out of here by the first of the week, and that means sunshine returns for Tuesday and the numbers go right back up. River Valley today 89, tomorrow 95, and same thing on Friday. You can count on those triple-digit heat index values Thursday and Friday, so get out and mow the lawn today because it's going to be too hot to do that on Thursday and Friday. Saturday bringing the better chance of scattered showers and storms, and they'll likely stick around at least a few of them on Sunday. Rain starts to move out on Monday, and then hotter weather moves in for Tuesday. We have not had any problems on the roads this morning. That's good news if you're going to be heading out the door in just a few moments. Traffic's running smoothly, and we'll keep you up to date.